in the right room. Man, I need my water for it. How y'all doing, man? It's been a minute. Been a minute. Got my trusty water, man. And so I apologize for the technical difficulties. And so shout out to Disney, man. Lion King dropping soon. So like this is the first time I've been live, and really excited because I actually never get an opportunity to really talk to y'all. And so let me see here. Yes, this is the time. And so I apologize because I have two rooms simultaneously going off. And so I'm like, damn, I actually even sent an email. I haven't sent an email in a long time, and I sent it to the wrong, the link. That's what happens when I set stuff up. That's why my team has to set stuff up, because I shit up. But so today I'm going to give people a little bit of time to jump on, roll on. I've got so much exciting stuff that I want to share with you. And man, I see the people rolling in. And so we'll take about a minute or two just to let people roll in. And I see it's going to be difficult. So I'm going to tell you kind of the format of how things are going to roll today. I see the chat going crazy over here. And as more people come on, it's going to be difficult for me to really see all who is chatting, but I'm going to do my best. But I want this to be informational, and we're going to be doing these on a regular basis. And so the topic of today is the 4 best places to be a digital nomad around the world. And I'm going to be sharing with you, the nightlife in the cities, what is the food like in the city, safety, transportation, the cost of living, what are the people like, what's the energy like, and all the transportation and all of that good stuff. And so also, what are the top apps that I use, and everything kind of technical. But also, before I get to that, oh, my man's coming in here with super chats. What's good, my brother? Email me when you get a chat. See, that makes me pay attention. I can see you. I see you, my brother. So who is that? Sosa, Dominican Republic. When I after the chat's over, I'll pay attention to the email. So now let's get it started. We've been going for 2 minutes, and like I said, I know we're people from the other group. We're trying to jump on here, so that's why I wanted to and I said we're gonna be doing these on a regular basis. One is for I'll be doing how I fly first class for economy price, and sometimes for free. I'll do, like I said, I'm gonna do other ones because with my other digital nomad friends. And oh yeah, so what does a digital nomad mean if you do not understand that? So for people in life, right, there's I would say one of the biggest desires for human beings is freedom. And so what stops freedom for most people? Number one, numero uno, is probably money. Mula, dinero, pesos. What do they call it in Bali? Not pesos. In Thailand, they call it ba. But basically, number one is money. That's one of the top things that stops people, from traveling and doing what they want to do. Number two is actually time. So a lot of people might actually have, the money, the good job, but they don't have the time freedom to actually exercise the freedom that they want. And there's this growing segment of people in the world that really have both. And the people are looking around like, man, how are you able to stay out there on the road for 6 months and not be broke? It looks like your bank account's even growing when you're traveling. How the hell are you able to do that? And one of the biggest growing segments is a group called digital nomads. That means you're able to work remotely, right? So as long as you have like your laptop or your phone and a connection, you're able to travel. So you might be a programmer, you might be a graphic designer, you might be doing Facebook ads, you might be an influencer, you might be trading stocks, you might be e-com specialist, you might be doing real estate. Whatever that it is, no matter where you are around the world, as long as you have an internet connection, you can continue to do what it is that you do, right? And so I've realized a lot of people watch these passport heavy videos and they want to know, they're like, man, how are you able to be doing this? Like, I'm gonna be coming up on 9 years of traveling nonstop around the world. And so I wanted to start to put together some resources, because when I started traveling, like 10 years ago, it was looking crazy. Nobody was really doing this and traveling. Now it's becoming more of a commonplace thing. Internet's becoming more stable around the world. And so I want to put together more resources, YouTube blogs like this, and different types of things so more people can have, you know, the access to this information and the knowledge to live this life. Because one of the best things for me is when I have more people on the road with me living that I can vibe with and chill with. Like, that's my ultimate dream. And so I want to just tell you a little bit about my life if you don't know. So like, I talk a lot about travel in the videos because that's what I primarily want to focus on. But so me as a person, so I have a digital marketing agency, and I have a few different businesses that allow me to travel around the world, right? And so one of the businesses, I first placed my first ad in 2004 on Google AdWords. And if you're like an OG and you know what Yahoo Overture is, that's like the Yahoo's advertising platform. And I was learning to sell products through pay-per-click marketing, which is PPC. And so if you don't know what that is, you know, when you're on Google, right, and then you search for something and you'll see like an advertiser, it'll say like a sponsored post. That is what I do. So I find what products or services really match up with people. And then, so maybe I pay 20 cents for an ad, but then I can make back like 40 cents in a simplistic type of way. So for example, one of my business partners is this lady named, let me pull up on my phone so you can see. If you don't follow her, you should go. And like, also, it's not like I'm just rambling off the top of my head. I actually took a lot of notes for y'all because I want to, can you see? I don't know if y'all can see this. But literally it's like notes after notes after notes, because I want it to be really informative. And each one, like, I really plan out because I know how valuable your time is. But if you're not following this woman, let me pull up my IG. And if you're not following me on Instagram, come holler at the boy, man. I reply to comments. You slide in them DMs. I can't guarantee I'm gonna reply, but there's a good chance I might see them. Let's see here. So Tiffany, and I'm gonna explain to you how this business model works. So here you got Tiffany the Budgetista, right? So she is one of my business partners. And so we have a financial educational company, and we're based in the United States. And so we have over 700,000 people now in our community. And the way that we built our business was through Facebook ads. That's the primary way. Now we utilize a lot of different other advertising mediums, but now you might be saying, Jubril, okay, but how do you actually make money with that business? Right? So if you guys are not familiar with something like affiliate marketing, that is one of the ways that we monetize our audience, you know, in the personal finance space. And we have, like I said, one of the largest followings for personal finance in America. And so, for example, there's an app, like you might be familiar with, like Credit Karma, Credit Sesame. If you're in the United Kingdom, maybe something like Experian. So once you download that app, now you have access, right, to your credit score. So what they want as a company is like Credit Sesame and Credit Karma, they want to get more users on their system. And so why? Is because once they know your credit score and your kind of financial stability, they can refer you different products like debit cards, credit cards, loans, all of these things. And so in a short, we refer them, you know, people. But here's one thing to always remember. We are products of the product. Everything that we recommend is something that we use personally. We never recommend products that we don't actually endorse and actually use ourselves. So like, for example, I'll give you some real life example. So Credit Sesame, they pay us $10.50 for each user that we can send them. And then, so what I'll do is we'll put together informational videos for people. We're like, hey, this is how you improve your credit, X, Y, Z. And they're like, oh, but I need an app to check my score and know where I'm at. And so like, hey, Credit Sesame is a recommended partner of ours. And then, so just kind of talking numbers, so like 1 month we spent 23. So even when I started out these campaigns, I was spending like 1,000. We might bring back 3,000. But more recently, you know, we can spend like $25,000 on the actual ads of putting out these educational videos. And then I can bring back like $60,000, $70,000 a month, right? So that is one of the ways that I make money with affiliate marketing. And then we have a membership site. I won't go too much into this. That can be for a whole nother call. But I mean, we have a membership site, right? Where we make, each member pays $10 a month and we teach them about budgeting, saving, how to invest, all these different things. And we have, I won't go into exact numbers, but let's say, not even let's say, factual, we make well over $1 million a year from that. So I have so many, and I have other businesses like that. So if you're wondering, you want to be nosy, Jubril, how do you make money? So these are some of the ways that I make money that's enabled me to be a digital nomad, right? So I don't make money right now currently from my YouTube videos. I shouldn't say I don't, that's a lot. So I'll pull up like facts. Like, so in YouTube right now, if I pull up my YouTube numbers, like, cause I'm very transparent, like people like, let's see here. So in the last, I've got 108,000 subscribers, and just for the views, I've made $460. $460 for the last 28 days, right? That's not how I'm making my money in this world, right? So I like people to know, because maybe you want to get into this industry, maybe you want to do these type of things, so you can know how does the money actually flow, you know, with these type of things. And if you saw my membership video recently, I tell you, like, these videos cost me anywhere, when I put out these passport heavy videos, $20,000 to $40,000 per video. And it's been a passion project up until now, but people are always like, we want more videos, we want more videos. I'm like, yo, there's only so much I can do as an individual, right? And so, like, let me explain to you kind of like where the costs go. So, like, let's say Anthony and JP, they need money to live their lives and do their thing. So I'm talking about salaries, you know, for them. And we're talking very good salaries. I mean, when people are starting out as passport heavy filmmakers, they start at normally about like $3,000 a month. That's how they start. And I won't talk about what they're making now, but like, that's just a filmmaker, and that's just one, and that's full time. They're working 12 months a year, right? And then we have multiple. Now let's talk about camera equipment. Like, I buy one little, just a camera body, you're talking about $3,000 for a camera body. You talk about lenses and equipment, right? Stuff like this that you don't really get to see behind the camera. Like $3,500 for just one lens. We have multiple lenses. We have multiple filmmakers. And then we have, you know, producers on the team. We have in-house music composers to bring you this level of quality, right? We have Arnold's in the other room. We have in-house graphic designers full-time. All of these different things. And then on top of that, we have flights to take care of. We have activities. We have all these restaurants and foods, Airbnb, all this crazy stuff. So I like people to know, like, yo, we run it as like a high-end, just because I don't make money, I don't treat it as such. And so I like people to know, it's not like when I did the channel video, the people like, man, I was like, this is why. And so that's it. But I want to get into the content and tell you the 4 best places that I go around the world as a digital nomad. Let me see some of these questions. Boom, boom. Cool. And so I got my notes. I'm gonna pull my notes back up for y'all. And then tomorrow we got another video dropping. Ukraine. Ukraine's a crazy, crazy joint. And boom, boom. So here's a checklist. So if you want to get a pen and paper, here are like the top things that go through my mind before I take a trip, and then I'm gonna get into the top 4 places. So number one thing that you want to have when traveling around the world is travel insurance, right? And so sometimes if you have a good credit card, you know, that's going to be covered on it. But if you don't, there's places like my go-to is World Nomads. World Nomads is like my go-to when I do it. And there's different levels that you can pick, because you see these stories all the time, right? I'm in Thailand, I fell off my bike, man, I need some money. I can't make it home. They won't let me out the hospital. I need a GoFundMe page. I'm like, yo, why are you traveling without travel insurance? Like, there's these things that I don't mean to make fun of people, but like that responsible, like before you buy these plane tickets and you want to go and enjoy life, there's like responsibilities as an adult that you need to take care of. So travel insurance, because when you overseas in some of these places, if you don't have travel, they will not let your ass leave the hospital without paying that bill. So you're gonna be calling your mom. They might have to put the house up. Like all these different things that I've seen because people don't want to be responsible, right? So that's the number one thing. You can go do your own research for what you need as far as travel reasons. My top one. And then number two, so good luggage. Good luggage is a key. So when I first started traveling, like here's where my mind was. I was like, yo, man, I got me a Nike bag. This is the best bag buddy can buy. that was like my knowledge. And I was like, ooh, let me get a Samsonite. And I thought like Samsonite was kind of dope. I was like, man, but after because I travel all year long, and I was like, man, I'm whirling, and I'm like, damn, a wheel fell off. Like, damn, this happened. And so like investments that I say that are really worth it when traveling is definitely good luggage. So there's a few brands. And then so there's Osprey. So when I was backpacking, I did a backpacking trip. I'm gonna do a whole video as well, a YouTube live on backpacking. And because people have these misconceptions about hostels, and I was like, man, there's so many dope hostels around the world, and especially if you're a younger individual. Like I was backpacking around the world from 23 to like 24, like pretty much like my first year of traveling, and I stayed in amazing hostels, did all these things, and so I really want to talk about that and on the reasons why, but I'll save that for another one. But I bought a backpack. It's spelled Osprey. Let me try if I put that in here in the chat. Osprey. So Osprey is an amazing bag. And then my brother, if you know Abnormal Fitness, man, show some love in the comments. I like when it's interactive. Give me a number 8 if you know my brother Abnormal Fitness. Give me a number 8. In the comments. If you know my brother Abnormal Fitness, give me a number 8 in the chat box. Okay. All right. So you know Mr. Abnormal Fitness, man. I sent him some love. He in where's he at right now? He's in the Cayman Islands, man. Hit him up on Instagram. Be like, yo, man, your brother talking about you on Instagram. I mean, on YouTube Live. So he traveled, and he traveled with my backpacks. I only used it for 2 years. Then he took my Osprey and traveled for I think 4 years nonstop. Like, and I'm saying this is 4 years nonstop, and the bag was holding up, but then it kind of fell apart towards the end of. So this is like 7 years deep now of using it all the time. But then what happened is because they have a lifetime guarantee, he sent it back and they sent him a brand new bag. I was like, now that's a dope company. So Osprey, I have no affiliation to them. I don't make no money for them, no affiliation. But they, like, if you want a good, dope, like backpackers backpack, Osprey is with it. And so, like I said, Samsonite, I'm like, the things were ripping on me and breaking. So I think they all right. Maybe they've upped it, but I don't know. So this is like I really live this. Like I'm not telling you, and I have no endorsement with these guys or anything. So also, Tumi Luggage. So Tumi is a brand that I really mess with. I mean, like I got like Tumi, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 different Tumi luggages. And again, they don't pay me. They should pay my ass. But Tumi is like high end though. Like I mean, some of these bags. I mean, you're talking. Little bag, right? The little green one, you're talking $600. And I mean, they're like $600? That's not in my budget. And so I just want to show you the different ranges and in bags. And then so Thule is also another one. So Thule. That's kind of like a mid-range brand. But I'm telling you, Tumi, that they really do the job. Amazing bag. And then one of my new favorites, as far as luggage, is High Spirit. So High Spirit luggage. All the bags are made in London. Amazing bag. So what makes these bags so amazing is that, when you get all paranoid about getting pickpocketed and robbed on the trains, and even if you're not even a traveler, you're just like, man, and you wear your backpacks like this, right? So here's what makes these bags special. So they have zips on the back. Right, so the entry to the bag is on the back, so you don't have to worry about getting picked up. Whoops, that stuff all in here falling out. But anyway, that's like my luggage section. High Spirit, like I really mess with them. I'm actually about to do something with them because they reached out and I actually love what they're doing. So that's enough about luggage. So luggage is something that you should invest in when traveling. What else was there? People are always asking about electronics and gadgets now, right? Electronic and gadgets. So this bad boy, again, I am not associated with Bose. I make nothing from this, But these things on the road, having a portable speaker, and Bose is my favorite portable speaker that I use. This thing fills up the sound. It's about $200. It's money, man. This thing, I've had like, because I'm such a dummy and I lose things. These things are amazing. The sound is incredible. Now, also as far as electronics, this right here, noise cancellation headphones. So when you hit this switch, right, and I got multiple, and then you see that, you go into a different world. And so when I first started traveling, I was like, I don't want to spend a lot of money on headphones. I spent like $50, and then I spent like $100, and then these, when I got them, think about $300, right? And so for me, I was like, I don't want to invest that kind of money in the beginning. But after you keep going through products and you're not getting them exactly right, you're like, and you're on these planes all the time, you're on these trains, investing in things like this are well worth the money. I had another pair. I had a wireless that they're called the QC30s of the Boses, but I lost them because I'm a dummy. But I just bought these recently. Is the Sonys. So Sonys, I bought these for about $300. So they're like the wireless joints, noise cancellation, and these are the WX. What the are these? I'll do like in the description after. I'll list everything. But whatever. I'm not gonna spend more time. They don't pay me, so WX, right? And then here is another thing. Again, Google does not pay me. These are just things that. So the reason I love the Google Pixel 3 and their service so much is so it's an unlocked phone. So that's another thing. When you travel around the world, you want to make sure your phone's unlocked so you can get SIM cards in other countries. But Google has my favorite service in the world, and that's called Google Fi. So they have their own network. So I know when you travel, you might have T-Mobile or something, and it's super expensive or super slow. Then you got 3G service. This has LTE speed. So Google Fi network, LTE speeds no matter where you are around the world. But the thing is, you got to have like a Google phone or something along that and have the Google SIM card. But that's it. LTE speeds around the world. Absolutely love it. Like literally, if I get to do a deal with some companies that I really mess with, I mean, it's going to be Google. It would be the brands I'm talking to you about. Like these are who I really mess with. What else did I want to tell you about? Yeah, the noise cancellations. So camera equipment, filmmakers. I might even do. I'll do a segment with JP and Ant, right? So most of our equipment is Sony. So we have Sony cameras. We recently started using. JP invested in some Panasonic stuff. But I mean, we've got like $30,000-$40,000 worth of Sony equipment. But Sony's like our go-to. We really love it. But again, it's like you got a pair of Jordans. If you can't actually hoop, the right equipment ain't going to change your life. It's not going to make your videos better. But as a filmmaker, yes, equipment doesn't matter. But if you ain't got the skills to pay the bills, equipment don't matter, man. You ain't going to be making no videos like us if you don't have the skills. What's it? So, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Google Wi-Fi, Team Wi-Fi. I see y'all. So now I'm just going to go. Oh, yeah, apps. So apps on my phone. And then I got the 4 different cities, right? So apps that I use, I love Expedia for booking my hotels, and then my flights, all of that. And one of the reasons is they have this program. Once you reach Gold Plus, whatever, you'll get like upgrades in hotels and everything, and you acquire points and you get like free hotel stays. eBay. So eBay's, you might have heard me talk about it. Literally, when you're booking on hotels, whatever website that you use, you get cash back. And hotels, you can get like literally up to like 10-15% cash back for the purchases that you're already making with eBay. Airbnb. I'm in an Airbnb right now. I'm out in Oakland. We're actually about to film our first United States passport heavy episode, and it's going to be in Oakland coming up in December. So I wanted to come out here, catch the vibe. So y'all getting it before anyone else even knows, but we're shooting. I'm making an announcement soon later, but yeah, literally shooting a documentary. So Airbnbs, I've stayed over 100 in my life. And so Airbnb is an app that you want. Uber, man, on a worldwide, I know Lyft in the United States, but when you're around the world, Uber is pretty much the only plug when you're going to use, or if you're in Asia now, they've canceled, like in Southeast Asia, It's what the hell is the name of that app? Someone in the comments that knows Southeast Asia, type that because I forgot the name of it. So XE, Grab, yeah, thank you. Grab. So Grab is what, once you're in Southeast Asia, you got to use Grab. So that's what you want to use when you're in Southeast Asia. Google Maps, and then XE. So XE, so literally the letter X and then E. And this is what it does. Where's my damn XE at? XE. So here you can see. And then actually you can see the amount of 8,500. If you saw the email I sent out earlier, I wanted to find out what the price was in the US. So that was the price of, so I rented an apartment in Chiang Mai, Thailand this year for about 4 months, and I paid 8,500 baht, which is 257 US dollars. And I mean, this shit had a swimming pool, it's got security at the front desk, it's got a gym, like really modern, and then $257. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with y'all, some stuff like that today. Boom, boom, boom. My pick. Oh yeah, I talked about Pixel already. And Google Maps, man. Google Maps will save your life. Google Maps. So, anyways, man. Enough about. Let's see about the tech and then some of the tips and the tricks. I want to get into my top 4 places to travel as a digital nomad. And before I go on, let me actually hear in the comments, where are y'all places? If you actually no, let me answer this. Before I go any further, if you've traveled internationally before, give me a number 7. And if you've never traveled internationally, give me a number 3. So if you have, number 7. If you haven't, number 3. All right, cool. So I'd say maybe like 80% of you have traveled around the world internationally. About 80% of you. And hey, man, I'll tell you, I started, I had my first international trip kind of early, but when I started traveling, kind of consistently, I was 23 and then like, here's another quick story before I go on. So my 2 boys from back home in Chicago, my boy Quan and my boy Marcus, we all grew up. And then my other friend, Shamar, but he has not traveled yet. I was like, man, y'all need to come see me around the world. Y'all need to come see me. And so their goal was before their 30th birthday to do it. And they both came to visit me in Medellin, Colombia before their 30th birthday. They have never traveled international, so they got their passports. And now here's the thing. Now my boy Quan, he had never been on a plane before. So he was 29 years old, never been on a plane, never had his passport, got it, came to Colombia. Next thing I know, he's like, yo, man, I just pulled up in Toronto. I'm here at an OVO Fest at Carabina. Hey, I'm in Mexico going here. It's like literally once someone gets that first taste, they're like, I want more, I want more, I want more. So it was incredible. And so here's what the first thing, I'm gonna break it down into 10 categories now for my favorite places around the world as digital nomad. And so I'm gonna tell you my cities off top right now. So this is not in any particular order. So I'm gonna have Bali, Indonesia, Panama City, Panama, Chiang Mai, Thailand, or you could just say Thailand in general, but I'm gonna say Chiang Mai, Thailand. And then also, what did I say? Panama City, Panama, Bali, Indonesia, oh yeah, Chiang Mai, and oh yeah, Medellin, Colombia. How could I forget about Medellin, Colombia? And Medellin, Colombia. So those are my favorite places, that I've enjoyed. So what I'm going to talk about now is the first category that I'm going to talk about is cost of living, right? So Panama City, Panama, to have like a really nice kind of 1-bedroom in a good part of the city, because you know how I like to live. Like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush and say, hey, man, I'm trying to stay in some shitty place. It's not happening. It's not happening. And so Panama City, Panama, like a good place in a 1-bedroom, and they use a US dollar, like $1,000 a month. Like, it's not the cheapest place, that I'm gonna be mentioning. Like $1,000 a month in Panama City, Panama, is what's gonna get you like a good 1-bedroom there. Now next, Medellin, Colombia. I'd say about $600 can get you a nice one bedroom in like the good areas of town, like Parque Lleras, or it might be in what's these other areas? I'm forgetting off the top of my head, but in a good area in Medellin, Colombia, you're looking at about $600 or so for like a nice, one bedroom with like these kind of amenities that I mentioned, like a pool, a doorman, all these things. Bali, Indonesia. So Bali's different. Bali doesn't really have a apartment culture. It's more of a villa culture. And so the villa culture, but you do have some apartments, or if you're renting a room in Bali, Indonesia. But I do have my friend, so Tamika, if you don't follow Tamika, Tamika guys, like she's a fitness boss, whatever. She rented her a really nice one bedroom apartment for $500 a month in Bali, Indonesia. So it's more than possible. So $500 a month for like a nice one bedroom. She had an amazing place. And now Chiang Mai, Thailand. To have a nice one bedroom apartment in Chiang Mai, Thailand. So I was talking about a studio that I had to 257. So the one bedroom was about $300 a month. Ooh. Right? So $300 a month in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Like I'm telling you, pound for pound, it's hard to beat Chiang Mai, Thailand for cost of living. Like it's just, you're gonna be hard pressed. So $300 a month for a nice one bedroom with a pool, doorman, a gym, all that stuff in Chiang Mai, Thailand. So that's cost of living. Let me see here. Let's see. But nah, yeah. So that's the thing, man. Like you can go cheap. If you can be like, man, I have my place for $100. I'm like, damn, that's not how I live. Come to my side and see how we live. That's not how we live over here. So for example, like I'm in this Airbnb in Oakland right now. I'm in Oakland, California for 2 weeks. I got this 2-bedroom apartment here in Oakland on Airbnb. I paid $2,500 for 2 weeks, right? Like depending on where you are around the world is gonna dictate what the price is going to be, man. And I just like to tell people what it is and like how they can really get it in these different places. Like for me, I am blessed. I can afford to live anywhere around the world. Doesn't matter if it's California, if it's London, but if I can save money and I can be in places that are amazing, and especially maybe you're starting out on your digital nomad career, like, or you want to pay off debt or you want to do some of these things, like these are very viable options. I'm going to talk about community as well. So that's what you have for cost of living. Give me a number 11 if that was kind of helpful for the apartment breakdown. That's how I'm going to run through the rest of these sections as well. So give me a number 11 if that's kind of helpful for you. Someone said number 12. All right. Cool. I'm gonna continue on. So now weather, right? So weather, Panama is amazing. When you talk about hot and tropical, it's right on the equator. So it is it's amazing weather. Like you're never gonna need like a winter jacket when it comes to Panama City, Panama. Never. If you do, run. And so there though, they do have a rainy season. So they do have rainy season, but it's hot pretty much all year round. So if you want that hot, you want to keep your tan on, Panama is dope. So Medellin, it might be the best all-around weather of any of the places that I'm mentioning because they call it the city of eternal spring. So you have like that spring weather pretty much all year long. You're talking about like that 75 through like 85, kind of like all year long. Amazing. At night, it might get a little bit chillier, but they call it the city of eternal spring. So Medellin, Colombia. What is it? Oh yeah, Bali. So tropical as well. It never gets, you're never really gonna get cold in Bali. It's a tropical place, an amazing place. And so that's something that they do have rainy season though. So if you know, when if you don't want to be out there riding your bike and all that, so be aware, you know, and that's an easy Google search when you can see the different things. And then Chiang Mai, Thailand. Amazing, amazing weather. Amazing weather. They do have a rainy season, but it's not super, super crazy. But they do have a rainy season. But it's hot all year long. You never have really nothing to worry about. And so those are the different kind of temperatures in each place. I know weather is a big deal, but just literally do a quick Google search to see what these different types of time. And then who was that? I missed you. I missed. Who is that? Peter Pete. Good evening, high roller, man. Thank you for that super chat, my brother. I appreciate it. Now let's see. Oh yeah. So culture and things to do within the city. So I'll talk about Panama first. So Panama City, Panama has no shortage of culture and things to do. One of my favorite places in the world. I mean, if you want extreme sports, they got, you know, stuff like Nitro City. You've got and also a lot of powerful people. If you want to network with amazing people, they have that within Panama City, Panama. And then amazing restaurants, like really, really amazing restaurants. You're not going to go to a place and be like, oh, I don't have any, I'm running out of restaurants to go. No, they have so many different amazing restaurants. Ooh, and festivals and carnival. Carnavales in las tablas. Oh. Yo, carnavales in las tablas. They have it throughout the whole country. But Carnival in Panama, one of the best experiences of my life. And we haven't released a video. Shout out to one of my old filmmakers, Dan. And RIP to my friends Alexi. Oh man, if you guys follow High on Life, man, they're just such good people. They were high on life. You know, earlier this year, you know, they tragically, you know, they passed away. And some of the best memories that I have with them is in Panama. So I'm getting tingles in my body right now. So they came down. So my other boy Brady, he owns Life Before Work. It's a travel company, and they're like, "Yo, man, I hear you're in Panama." I was like, "Yo, come through." And because I got the hookups in Panama, and so they came through. And oh man, we lived it up to the fullest, and they had the time of their life. And you talk about a shitty accommodation. So the places are sold out, and we. I'm not gonna spoil too much of it, but yeah, they came through. And if you don't know who High on Life is, I really encourage you to do a search on YouTube. You know, just see literally how high on life that they were. I won't go into the details of the death, but it happened, you know, just literally a few months ago. And young, like my age, like 30. But yeah, they experienced Carnival with us, and so maybe one day we're gonna release that video. But that is one amazing event you do not want to miss in Panama. And then they have all different types of festivals, nightlife. You'll have no shortage. Now, Medellin. How many of y'all? Give me a number. Give me a number 2 if you've seen my Medellin Colombia video, because I know it only has 30,000 views now. Man, it was just about to hit 1 million, and then. But let me know if you've seen our Medellin Colombia video. He said two, 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 two. Oh, that's my brother Abnormal Fitness. I didn't even Mr. Abnormal on this. Oh man. I'm going in May. I'm excited. All right. Yo, one of my favorite places on earth, man. And so culture and things to do. They have a festival called a flower festival. They've also got Carnival in Barranquilla. And when I talk about Carnival, these are not small. These are debatably between Panama and Colombia the second and biggest carnivals right after Brazil. Like these things are crazy. And so they've got that. They've got nightlife. They've got so many things around. They've got a Guadalupe, not too far away from that. Restaurants as well. They've got that salsa. They got night. They've literally got it all in Colombia, and I cannot recommend it enough. Now, things to do, right? And then so with Medellin, one of the biggest misconceptions people have is that you got shows like Narcos, and they think that's what it's still like, and it's not. Like, do they still have cocaine in Colombia? Yes, they do. But it's not a dangerous place like it was before. They have order. So it's like if you've been to Mexico, if you've been to Playa del Carmen, if you're walking down those streets, they're like, do you want some cocaine? You want some sticky icky? You want some marijuana? Like, like cartels are alive and active in Mexico, but it's not stopping people from going there, right? But they have order still in Playa, right? They still have order. But in Medellin, they have order as well. And it's not even, you don't even get people, you don't even get approached like the way that you do in Mexico. And so, like I tell people all the time, I would never send somebody someplace that I would not send my friend. My friends came to visit me in Medellin, Colombia, right? And I tell people all the time, like, I'm not going no place where I want to feel uncomfortable. I gotta be like, like looking over my shoulder. Like, it's just not it. So I'm telling you, there's so many things. Now, Bali, Indonesia. What can you do in Bali? Bali is one of the most Instagrammable places on earth. You want to stand on the ground? Go to Bali, right? Oh, I'm taking my, like, yo, Bali is Instagrammable, flex zone to the fullest, right? That is Bali. But there's so many things to do there that a lot of people don't know. There's so much culture, the people there. And that's another thing about I love about Medellin. Medellin still feels Colombian. So about Mexico, when you go to Playa, it feels real American. I'm like, it's cool. I like it. I was just in Playa, had a good time. And this Google Pixel box, that's all I have left because I had too good of a time in Mexico and I lost my damn Pixel. I had the phone for like a month. And so, but there in Medellin, you still feel that Colombian culture. Que sopa in Panama, que más in Colombia, right? My paisas in Medellin are about it. And they cool, they really welcoming, and they really friendly, man. I get so passionate about this, man, because I'm just like, yo, if y'all could experience and see the things that I see. But back to Bali, right? Their people are so calm. They're so calm. They're so amazing. They have festivals. They have some of the best beaches in the world. They also have a lot of just different diversity, like geographic diversity, right? So you have the beaches like in Canggu, Seminyak, Uluwatu, then you go to Ubud, and then you have like some of the greatest jungles that you're ever gonna see in your life. You got monkeys rolling around, all these things that you're not gonna get in Chicago, right? And then also, here's a new thing. How much is Bali developing? Bali, I remember, like, you go 2010, it was hard to get an internet speed of more than 100 megabytes. I mean, more than 1 meg or 2 meg. Now you can get 100 megs installed in your crib. Like, that's the difference. And now, what about Chiang Mai, Thailand, right? Activities to do in Chiang Mai. I think they just had the Lantern Phantom Pass. They have all type of monk festivals. They have amazing nightlife. It's not in Chiang Mai. It's not an extensive Western nightlife, but it's cool. If you want to learn about Muay Thai, if you want to get in shape, all of these amazing things Make Chiang Mai special. So now I want to talk about visa rules really quickly. Now it's so hard to read them, but I'm gonna do my best. After this, I'm gonna go do some Q&A towards the end of this for y'all. So Chiang Mai, the rules and the visa rules, right? So here's the thing, especially as a digital nomad, one of the things that might drive up your cost if you got to fly in and out of a country to, basically to stay legal in a place. So Panama, you can have a 3-month visa you can apply for, or when you get there, you can get a 3-month visa and stay, and then you have to leave for 3 days, and then within a year you can stay up to half a year, which is 180 days, right? Medellin, again, 90 days or less, and then you also get to do 180 days in a year. Bali, Indonesia, you can, if you apply in advance, you can get like a 90-day visa, but if you visa on arrival, you automatically, if you're from, and also keep in mind, I am talking from a privileged perspective right now, and I'm not saying that in an ignorant way, but I'm saying, like, if you're from the United States, if you're from Canada, if you're from Australia, New Zealand, or Europe, your passports pretty much have these same rules. Now, for example, if you have like a passport from like Bangladesh, or maybe it's Nigeria, some other countries where it's just like you understand how blessed you are to have a Western passport, the visa rules are going to be different for you. But Bali, also on arrival, you can do a visa extension, which is about $25. And so you automatically get the 30, but if you want the 60, you just say, hey, I want to do this thing, and you pay like $25. Chiang Mai, the rules for Thailand just changed. And so I don't know what it is exactly, but I know you can get like a 60-day visa right away, like if you're applying, but it's 30 days just on entrance. But I think it's like an unlimited thing, like it's some crazy new thing, but I hate to give out wrong information, so you're gonna have to do a little bit more research. Now, number 5, this is important. Listen up. Oh shit, we got JP Salt Bay Poppy in the building. I've already been talking about your ass. I didn't see you fool out in here. Africa to the world. Oh, and we got Anthony in this bag. Let's see who else. And so we're gonna continue. So number 5 is internet speeds. What are the top things? What are the top places for internet speeds? So first, let's talk about Panama City, Panama. Panama, and then also I'm gonna talk about co-working spaces and everything. Panama has some decent co-working spaces with an Airbnb. So here's another thing that I do when I check into an Airbnb, or before I go. I send them a message and I say, hey, what are your internet speeds that you have in your Airbnb? Because I work from home. So these are the type of things that you want to ask. And then I've negotiated as well with people. I'm like, man, I want to rent your place for 3 months, but you don't got good internet. I can't stay there. So, hey, I'm going to pay you an extra $100. You go get that shit fixed, and I'm going to come stay in your place. Right? So but you have to kind of pre-prep, because sometimes it takes a little bit of time, to get those changes made. So the Panama, you got decent speeds. I didn't see anything mind-blowing, but 10, 20 megs up and down. Medellin, Colombia, they've got some good co-working spaces. Go to Life Afar. So my brothers and my sisters at Life Afar. Look up on YouTube, Sam Afar. If you look up his thing, put his thing in the thing. So Life Afar, they have a dope co-working space in Medellin. But speeds there, typically, again, 10, 20. It's enough to get stuff done at the cafes and whatnot. They might have it up to 50, but it was nothing mind-blowing for me, but enough to, do webinars and do everything that you need to do. Bali, they've realized how much money comes from tourism. I think like 80% of Bali's economy comes from tourism. They're like, yo, let's actually accommodate to them. Fiber optic, all this shit that they want. Let motherfuckers keep spending money, all right? And so when I first got there, they didn't really have good internet. Now, man, you can get 100 meg internet installed in your crib. They've got co-working spaces all around, Bali. It's a quick Google search. I'm not going to tell you my favorite one, because I don't want y'all popping up on the board. Now, I'm trying to get my work done. But they have them all over the spot, and they have some big ones, and they have coffee shops. But Bali is not a place now that you're really gonna have too much of a problem finding solid internet. So that's an amazing place for internet. Now, number one place for internet out of all four, Chiang Mai, Thailand. Without question. You can literally go to like coffee shops, restaurants. You're like, I'm like, damn, y'all got 200 down, 200 up. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I can't even get this in America. You like, yo, Chiang Mai without a do not. Man. So, but yeah, Chiang Mai, Thailand, you don't have a shortage of co-working spaces, and then they've got literally free ones that you can go to. Actually, I'll tell you one, right? So in the mall, in Maya Mall, they have oh, what the is the name of this spot? It's on the top floor. It's on the 5th floor of Maya Mall. And then if you have your cell phone service, and you can have basically, it's called AIS Super Wi-Fi, and they have it all throughout the city. Amazing, amazing. Oh yeah, it's called Camp. Fuad, thank you. It's called Camp. So internet speeds, Chiang Mai without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, actually, I told you there's this 5th city that I'm really thinking about. And so I just got back from Kyiv, Ukraine. So that video actually drops tomorrow night, right? So I'm gonna do a watch party. We're gonna be able to do this, watch it together. But shout out to that boy Ant. Probably one of my favorite videos that we've ever shot and edited. Yo, this shit is crazy. And then on top of that, internet speed in Ukraine, Gucci. In Ukraine, in Kiev, Ukraine, co-working spaces, everything that you need. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna save, and I ain't gonna reveal too much because the video's coming out, but definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best places for digital nomads in the world. I mean, cost of living, Ubers are like $3 for like a 10-minute Uber. Amazing. Now let's see here. Transportation. So transportation. Taxis are cheap, but when I talk to locals, they're like, hey, take Ubers, they're safer. I've never had a problem with a taxi, but Uber is there. Uber. You don't need to do anything else. They're super cheap. Like from the airport to the city, they're like $20. And if you're taking them around the city, like less than $5 US. Like really, really, really good prices on Ubers. They have an underground train system too, like a subway system, which is dope, super cheap. Go anywhere throughout the city. Medellin taxi. So, oh yeah, here's the thing about taxis though in Panama. Them motherfuckers will try and get your ass, right? Because they don't have meters. They're like, oh yeah, $5, $5. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm from here, man. Don't try and play me. No. Or like if they see you like a straight up gringo, rides like $20, they'll be like, oh yeah, $20. And then he'd be like, motherfucker, miss me with that shit, man. I know this ride $5. So that's why Uber is just, you don't even have to worry about that. And then also you track and you got everything moved. So in Medellin, though, the difference is, it's a true story, right? So Medellin, this is why I felt so passionate about telling the story of Medellin. When I first went to Medellin in 2011, and I got a taxi, and I felt like he was taking too long. Man, I was nervous. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to disappear. I'm about to get kidnapped in this bitch. And long story short, man, it was fine, man. Knuckles had my head all fucked up, man. Taxis was fine. Everything was good. Everything was fine. And so like, I realized like I had like these preconceived notions, and they want a real thing. And I was like, man, I have to tell people like, it's not like Narcos 20 years ago, 30 years ago, like these shows. But the thing is, Uber is better, and you'll be able to, Uber is just, better for your life. Yeah, don't slam the doors. So Bali. Some of these taxi drivers are honest in Bali. So, but here's the thing that you have to kind of remember. So minimum wage in Bali is $125 a month, $125 a month, right? $125 a month. So they see you, and here's another thing to always process. To be in the top 1% of income earners in the world, you have to earn 32,000 US dollars to be in the top 1% of income earners in the world. And so in Bali, people can feel that, right? So even though you're coming, you're like, man, I'm making 50 grand, I ain't got no money, right? They seeing you, they're like, money. You got money. He got money, right? And so they're like, ain't nothing for him to pay $25 for this ride, even though the ride's like $6, $5. And they're like, back home, he probably paid like $40 for that ride, but that's not the actual price. So if you use, and from the airport, if you're going from the airport to the main part of Bali, you're paying maybe 200 rupiah. That's what I was searching for, rupiah, which is about like $14. But when Uber first came, the ride, if you go back to the airport from regular like Canggu or Seminyak, it's only about 100 rupiah to go to the airport. So that means about $7. But yeah, as long as you can take a Grab, take that shit. But a lot of times they have like taxi kind of mafias and stuff. So they're like, nah, like literally Uber drivers, Grab drivers will get their ass beat if they come around the wrong hood in Bali. Bali are peaceful people, but you start messing with their money, they're gonna fuck you up. And so literally, like, but if you can take a Grab, and as long as it's safe to take a Grab, but you'll see signs, they'll say like no Grabs and whatnot. And trust me, these Grab drivers know, they're like, I can't go there. They know. And so that's the thing with transportation there. Super cheap though. And then Chiang Mai again. Chiang Mai win for transportation. Super cheap in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai, I mean, you got to use Grab out there as well, because the whole Southeast Asia Uber got taken away, and they're not like. And sometimes as well with when you take Grabs in Bali, they're like, no. I know the price say 100,000, but I want 200. They be trying. I'm like, man. But in Chiang Mai, what the price is, and that's going to be the actual price with Grab. And so next to Ukraine. For Kiev and Chiang Mai, they are neck to neck with who I would say is the best value and like simplicity for transportation. Now, medical facilities. I want to talk about, because now let's say your ass got to go to the hospital. Now let's say your ass fall off a bike. Let's say all of that. Like, what is actually going to happen when it's game time in these different places, right? So here's so first, Panama City, Panama, very good place for medical facilities. It's, they got world-class facilities. Medellin Colombia, again, world-class facilities. Some places have limited English, so you might have a communication barrier, but great. Bali they have a couple good hospitals. Like there's like maybe one or two on the island that are like good. You're like, wow, I feel great in here. But for the most part, Bali is the worst when it comes to medical services. And Chiang Mai, excellent, like world-class service. Best hospital room I've ever been in is in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Like I had a TV, I had a sofa, I had a living room area, I had a fridge, all this good stuff, right? So Chiang Mai, medical services, amazing. Now safety. Let me talk about safety. Are you gonna get jacked? I know you heard about my story in South Africa. Boy woke up, motherfucker don't move. Now let's hope that shit don't happen to you, right? So safety. Now let me be on a serious note. Man, let's see here. Oh yeah, so safety. Panama City, Panama. If you're in the right areas, you're really not gonna have a problem. So like if you're in the right areas and you'll know there in Panama City, Panama, where to go, where not to go. But if you wander into the wrong hood, you might have a problem, especially at night. But you can see visually with your eyes. You'd be like, fam, it's not where I'm supposed to be right now. And so it's as simple as that. And I've not really heard too many stories at all about like armed robberies and whatnot. Like if you're in the right neighborhoods, I've not really heard any. Like they have that city on lock. It's really safe. I've not heard too much. Now, Medellin, Colombia. Medellin, Colombia, it's more or less safe. I've never had an issue myself. I say these things, right? If you're avoiding, like, so for me, I've never done coke in my life. Like, I've been to Medellin and I've never done coke. Like, I don't do any of that shit. But so if you start messing with like cocaine and hookers, shit like that, your probability of something happening to you is increased greatly. But I can say the same thing about Chicago. I can say the same thing about New York, right? And so that's what I'm gonna say. But if using like, you know, and then also don't go out there flexing. Don't go out there flexing in Medellin like to the full. Man, you see the rollie on my wrist? I got rubber bands, man. Yeah, don't go out flexing in Medellin. I mean, dress nice, do that, like that's no problem. But if you're like, you know, man, you see my chain, you see I got the rollie on, you might cause some attention. Might be some eyes on you. But like I said, I know like literally little backpackers, little blonde girls, everything, like they do Colombia fine. But if you're looking for some type of attention, you might just get it. But like if you're in the right neighborhoods, you really don't have a problem. Like you really won't. Like it's really such a nice place. But I'm not gonna act like if you go to the wrong neighborhood in Medellin, something will happen to you. And then even here's another thing that's kind of a little bit different about Medellin. Stick-up boys do exist. Just like in London, stick-up boys do exist. And so if you got your windows down, sometimes I had heard stories of, you know, people in their cars, they've got their $1,000 iPhone just chilling and run that, run that. And so I'm not going to tell you, like, I'm not going to paint these images that are not real for you. Like, but I don't want to act like it's going to happen to you, but I've heard stories of it. I've heard stories. And so, but for the most part, if you're not being, you know, a dumb gringo and you're not like, hey, Instagram out the window, like in some of the wrong hoods, we're going to be fine. But use common sense. And so safety now. Now Bali. Bali is chill. The only things that you really got to worry about in Bali that I've heard of, and I've actually know it happened to JP and JP's ass with Maria. So they on the back of the bike. You know, Maria's on the back of the bike like this. Oh, JP, take a left. A la derecha, derecha, or izquierda, izquierda, right? And then like little, like, and this ain't like violent shit. This is like these little dumb kids, like little street kids. They on the bikes. Mine now, and then you know JP ain't catching nobody on a bike. JP one of the worst bike riders around. And so Maria's like, chase him. He's like, babe, they're gone. You weren't trying to catch them, no ways. And so just be careful with them on the bike. So people do, like, you know, snatch phones if you're trying to do that. And then Chiang Mai. Again, Chiang Mai wins for safety. You ain't really got nothing to worry about in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Chiang Mai, Thailand is one of the most chill places that you could ever go on earth. Literally. It's so safe. It's so safe in Chiang Mai. Here's one bit of advice though. If you want to act like a stupid drunk gringo, start talking shit to some Thai people, you might just get a Jackie Chan foot to your face. And and not just one, probably 20 of them. They don't practice Muay Thai for no reason. Like, they are so peaceful. They are so chill. But you know when they're like, you know, like those funny like internet videos, like they're like, yo, he was so quiet, so reserved. and it's like, Wah! Like, nope. Don't end up on World Star. Do not end up on World Star because it will happen to you. But I'm telling you, they are peaceful people and they are humble. They are amazing. You don't got to worry about getting jacked and robbed. None of that. There's no home invasion. It's such a chill place. But if you get on that Western drunk stuff and you start trying to do too much, don't say I didn't tell you. Some of these comments. All right. Now let's see here. What's the other categories I had? Transportation, safety. Oh yeah, airport location. So airport location. So if you want to fly in and out the city, maybe you're making a lot of trips, you're an entrepreneur, you want to go. So Panama City, Panama is probably my favorite place as far as location because the proximity to the United States. And it's about they have a few different airports, but the main international airport is about 25 minutes from the center of town, so it's not too bad. Medellin, you gotta come all the way down the top of like this mountain, and it's about an hour ride to the center of town, like in the Parque Yeres, Medellin area. Bali is depending on where you are. If you're in Uluwatu, if you're in Canggu, if you're going to Ubud, about 45 minutes or so from the airport. And Chiang Mai, if you take the shortcut, it's like 10 minutes, like to the center of town, like 10 minutes. So that's no problem. If you take the longer way, maybe it's gonna take you half an hour. And then, oh yeah, transportation, getting around these cities as well. So I talked about the Ubers, but in Chiang Mai, I definitely recommend running like a motorcycle, like a little moped, but make sure you're safe, make sure you know how to ride it. Also Bali, traffic gets crazy, especially during rush hour. I'm on the bike, but Panama and Medellin, stick to that Uber life. Now language, right? So language. And I see someone ask, Michael says, have I been to Poland before? No, but I love my Polish people, man. I'm from Chicago. My old roommate used to be Polish, and I even know how to speak a little Polish, man. So now language. So English, right? So in Panama, they have a lot of people who speak English. A lot of people, obviously Spanish is the main language, and I tell people you want to be as respectful as possible, and one of the ways to do that is learn some words of these countries that you're going to. Medellin, a few people speak English. Out of the list, it's definitely the least English speaking that I've listed. But man, if you want to learn a foreign language, but I mean, you're going to find people who speak English, and each day more and more people do speak English. But out of the list, it's definitely last. And then what's it called? Bali, Indonesia. They speak Balinese, like Bahasa and Indo, but everyone speaks English or like broken English. You're not really gonna have a problem with English in Bali. Like it's so easy to get around there, and Chiang Mai as well. Chiang Mai, so many people speak English in these spots. Also, let's talk about kind of like the international communities within these cities and what it's like for people. So Panama, they have a fairly large international scene there, but I mean Medellin, Colombia, is not a huge. It's big. It's big, but it's you can find a lot of Westerners, especially if you're in that Parque Yeres, Envigado type of area. You can find a lot of Westerners, but it's not like an insane amount. Bali, Indonesia, it's the most gringo ass place that you can imagine. Like Bali is so here's the difference between Panama. Panamanians still run Panama. Chiang Mai, Thailand, Thai people still run Thailand. You go to nice restaurants, you go to all the thing, like you'll see Thai people and everything in there. Like in Panama, same thing. Colombia, same thing. You'll see a lot of Colombians, boom, 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 in some of these nicer places or whatnot. But they do have some places. Bali, it seems like Westerners have just like fucking, they're like, yo, this is Instagram God place, man. Y'all got to get the fuck out of here. And like, it's like literally all the nice restaurants and everything in the Shangus. Like, you'll see just so many Westerners. You will have no problem finding Westerners in Bali. Like, it's almost too much where you're losing like the Balinese culture. Like, there's so many. In there. But I mean, that's a good thing as well. Like, I mean, if you want to make sure that you're around Westerners and you don't want to feel like you've even, and you still want all the, amazing people of Bali, that's that. And but man, we've been going for an hour already. And give me a number one. Like, if this has been helpful and you want me to do more lives like this on different topics. Dope. Def do it again. Cool. And yeah, man, I'm gonna be doing different topics. Like, for example, I'll do split screen where like I'll bring out like JP. So one of the ones that I'll do with JP, because since he owes me all the credit to this, I taught his ass how to fly properly, right? So now JP's bougie and he's always flying first class and business class internationally. And he's not paying first class prices because I put him on game. Right. So each time you see JP, be like, JP, Jubril put you on game. but yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I want to bring JP out. We'll probably do one. We'll do another one where I bring out some of my digital nomad friends and talk about, yeah, like what they do for a living, right? Or Renee, right? I talk about how she's an Instagram influencer and she makes paper. Talking bread. Y'all have no idea. And then, and how that all works, and with that, how to work out on the road. Bring out bring out my brother, Mr. Abnormal Fitness, and talk about that. Like, because one of the, it's one of the big things on the road. People want to look good, but how do you maintain that while while traveling around the world? Filmmaking. Maybe you want to have like a filmmaker crash course. Maybe I'll bring out Ant. And do a filmmaker crash course. Man, there's so many different topics, right? Or how do I do affiliate marketing, maybe, right? And I'll do something like that. And then cool. And then I just want to hear your feedback. Also, maybe some of the topics that y'all want to learn about. Let me know. What are some of the topics that y'all really want to learn about? And I listen. Like, I see the comments. And so if you let me know, I can implement that. I can start putting together content and doing that for y'all. Am I coming out with any clothing or gear? I almost need to bring Arnold. They're talking about, are we gonna bring any clothing or gear? So Arnold on the squad. He has a funny voice. He's from Australia, but he's in back in one of the other rooms. But if you see a lot of the new graphics, a lot of the new logo, like all the logos, you'll see now a lot better. What's it called? Thumbnails. All this stuff is because of Arnold. Maybe you can't hear me. He's probably got his headset on. But yeah, we got some. We will have some passport heavy merch, like stuff that I actually like to rock. So that will be coming there in the future. Let's see here. I'm interested in travel insurance. like I told you, I can put a link up. If y'all watching on or if you check this maybe in like an hour or two, I'll make a description of a lot of things that I talked about. Best language learning books or software. On my phone, I have something simple like Duolingo. Uh, but there are some really cool things. I'll make sure I list. I'm just forgetting the names. I know there's one guy, Connor. He knows like 7 different languages, and he's a really good teacher. But I use Duolingo on my phone for like basic stuff. But one of the best ways is to actually practice, man. It's like working out. You got to practice at it. You have to like be in the environment, even if you're not going to a place. Getting someone from like a foreign country, right, and practicing. Like you can get someone like from Colombia or something, $10 an hour. Do that for like an hour a day or something. Um, yeah. I'm gonna leave it up on replay. I'm gonna see the feedback because I've never done anything like this, so I'll leave it up on the channel, and then based on like people's comments, if they want to have it and leave it, I'll do that. What's up, bro? Let's talk. Got some severe depression, going on a spiritual journey to Bali. Man, feel better. Can you bring a Renee Bishop? Can you bring a single mom who's a digital nomad? I can do that for sure. I can do that. I know so many different people. Man, it's so hard to see all y'all and like come back to London, man. You ain't even gonna worry about that. I'm always coming back to London. I love London. Talk about Rio. Rio. Where do I start? Man, I love that place so much. Rio is a special place. And I have a what's it called? We got a video dropping. So JP's done with the video, but Isaiah is just finishing the score with Brazil. Rio also another amazing episode, and he really did his thing with Rio. So and then what are you? Man, oh, these questions coming in too quick. And one of the things that I really recommend too is what I want to be doing, right? So because there's so many people, we have 100,000 subscribers, and it's going to be growing, right? I have a goal of having 1 million subscribers by like the end of the year next year. So that's the goal, and we're going to be releasing consistent content. And so one of the things that I don't know if you've seen it, but YouTube, like below this video, you'll see a join button, right? And so if you hit that, what that is basically you pay $5 a month, and it just adds to support, and it helps with the cost of what we do. But one of the things, a couple of the things that we're going to be doing, like if you're YouTube passport heavy insiders, what that does, number one, is we're going to give you inside guides to the cities. Like, so the videos will continuously come out for free, for all the cities that we do, put them on YouTube, a lot of value. But a lot of times people want to have guides to the city, like, yo, where's that haircut place? What's the exact address? What's this? What are the restaurants that you're not listing? How can I get in contact with that person? So Arnold, right, who's on the team, I've put, I've put a section of his time to now he's going to be creating literally exclusive insider guides for each city that we go to. So the people that are passport heavy members and that are paying $5 a month, you're going to get access to these inside guides. And then also on top of that, I'm going to be going out of my way now to talk to these places that we do things with. I'll be like, yo, can my passport heavy insider family get deals? So it might be like a helicopter. So Verse it's a $600 helicopter, maybe you're gonna pay $500 for a helicopter. For a restaurant, maybe you're getting 10% off your bill. Whatever, maybe it's a product that I endorse or something, maybe you're getting a discount on that. Maybe it's a restaurant, you're not getting a deal, but you get to go to the VIP table for that. Or maybe you're getting free entrance to this place that costs 20 bucks. I don't know. It's just gonna be something that's gonna be evolving over time. But I'll let you know this. Like, if y'all showing me that support, I'm gonna go above and beyond to make sure you're getting more than $5 a month worth of value. And it just literally is gonna help us bring you more videos, right? Because there's only so far my budget, can go when it comes to the passport heavy videos. Until like I'm just like that. Now we really, really, really balling. Man's got budgets. So yeah, so it's like there's a join button you're probably seeing on the thing, and that's what that thing means. And then there's also some other things that are included with it. Oh yeah, as far as the community, I think like we have like there's like a group chat or something that is just for so like here, right, it's almost like impossible to see all of the questions. And there's another thing. So you might have been seeing like super chat throughout the thing. Like a couple people did the super chat feature. And what super chat is so when basically the chat thing's moving all crazy and like I can't really see anything, it basically highlights what it is someone's saying, and basically, yeah, and you just show your support of like, yo, I really fuck with Passport Heavy. And like, even if you don't have any financial contribution, your views, they mean the world to me, like really. And then also when you share stuff, all of that, it helps like what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, here's like my ultimate thing with Passport Heavy. I'm not doing Passport Heavy to make money. I do, though, want to break even at least with Passport Heavy. That is like one of the things. Like I'm kind of tired of coming out of pocket to make videos. Like it's kind of frustrating, especially but that's why we're reaching out to some of these tourism boards and other things as well. But like, yo, motherfuckers, Medellin, you know how much money I give y'all motherfuckers? Like, and right, so it's just like more of like a collective effort from all of it because like I said, it's my passion to make these videos, but my actual businesses take time. And when I shoot a video, we're talking about I'm taking 7-10 days away from my actual business that, like these are multi-million-dollar businesses. So you can imagine I'm not only paying for the videos, but for me to step away from my businesses on a weekly basis, that's costing tens of thousands of dollars in just time I've lost. I could be working on my actual, marketing companies, right? And so like it's not like I'm in a bad place, but I'm like, I'm just trying to get to the place where, we are, it's self-sustainable. And like, as any human being, it's kind of like when you go out for dinner and you don't feel like it's an even exchange and someone's kind of like, they're not putting up any money for, the meal. And that's kind of how I feel like internally. And like, for me to feel even better, I'm like, yo, man, like people really riding. This feels amazing. That's kind of like, I'm not going to talk really much more on that, but that's just kind of where my mindset's at and how I feel about that situation. So let's see here. Love to Laugh says, I was under 30,000 subscribers. Don't forget about me. And my man Voyage Starts says, no, unfortunately, man, like I said, you can continue watching if you want. And then if you feel like me doing that is against what you want, man, hey, I ain't losing no sleep. Hey, goodbye. So and that's how I feel. So like I tell you, man, like I'm a grown ass man. I don't give no, like, yo, if you support me, great. If not, like, just watch the free videos. Oh, shut up. Like, that's how I feel, man. Like, so Voyage, that's how I feel about you. Let's see. And I'm always smiling in the videos, but just know, like, I'm gonna say how I feel. So let's see here. What other questions you got? Because I know like 99% of people are positive and do show love, but Yeah. Let's see here. Someone said, MBay Project says sex and hostels. Man, I don't know nothing about that life. My mama might be watching. No, but all I say is, man, if you're young and you want to travel, put it like this: it's common sense. Like you have a bunch of young people traveling around the world away from home, and they're like, "Yo, I want to go explore this place with this person," and then you have a group of people that are like, they come together, right? They come together, and they're like, you drink together, you party together. Hey, stuff happens. Oh yeah, food. So I didn't talk about food. Someone was asking about food. So food, wow. I kind of go back through the city. So like I said, like Panama, amazing, amazing. They have so my boy Mario has some of the best restaurants in Panama. If you want one of the best burgers in town, Unido Burger is an amazing burger. What else is there? Man, there's so many different restaurants. There's Donde Jose. That's like a Michelin type star place. Incredible. But you have everything in between. In Panama, I mean, in Colombia as well, they have some amazing restaurants. They have like little local spots, and then they have like world-class spots as well. What else do they got? So in Bali, very, very international place as far as cuisine. And so you can find anything that you're pretty much looking for. And Balinese food is amazing. If you ever had a chance to get Ikan Bakar, fire. And then, Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai got so many different options. Lamb shank at David's Kitchen. But they've got so many different spots. And they've got local street spots too. Like Thailand is one of the best places in the world for street food. You can get meals for like, literally, you can get meals for like $1 if you want. So, what about cost of living, right? Like overall, where do I rank places? Number one for cost of living is Chiang Mai, Thailand. Number two, probably it could be between Bali and Medellin. Like, there's just different thing. And then last on the list as far as cost of living would be Panama City, Panama. So let's see. Nah, Mel. Well, I see. So Steven says your production is so high quality. So I see, and then yeah, see, like most people are showing love, and I appreciate y'all. Mel says $5 is more than fair. Cloud 9000 says I'm in Panama right now at Keen's Ice Cream. Yo, man, shout out to Carrie, man. I got so much love for her. Tell her I say what's up. The coconut ice cream. Yo, if you're in Panama, you definitely got to go check out Keen's Ice Cream. Incredible. Oh, and then my boy Isaac. La Tapa Coco. La Tapa Coco in Panama is like the best, some of the best food there as well. A new member, Peter Brooks, man. I appreciate that love, man. I see you became a member. James Earl Mones, I see you a new member. I appreciate that. Kristen Smith, I see you a new member. So I appreciate that. First class for cheaper. John Paul says ignore him. I can ignore some people, but like I'm telling you, like when you read comments and stuff, like it's natural. I'm a human. Like some people take the high road. I'm not one of those people. Oh man. I was trying to sign up, but keep getting errors. Anyone else having trouble with PayPal? I mean, I've heard that quite a few times. So if you're trying to show support and you can, I appreciate you anyway. We're trying to figure out something later. Video is tight. But man, there's so many questions. Any more questions, man? Or else I'm about to sign out, man. I think there's about 300 of us on today. I think there's about 230 left on here. But like, here's your time to ask me a question. Like, I'm just kind of, I know I've missed. So if I missed your question, type it in again. We're probably gonna go for about another 15 minutes, man. I appreciate you spending time. Like Holy says, man, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Like truly, I truly appreciate that. Because like your time is valuable, and I do know that. Vienna or Prague, I've never been there. How is Hanoi? I've never been to Hanoi. Top spot for pretty women. Be honest. Trying to get me in trouble now. Now, here's what I will say. Now, this is according to how do I word this correctly? So, straight up, right? So, where do you find beautiful women around the world that I've seen myself? Because I can admire beauty and still love one woman, right? So, beautiful women. Panama has a lot of beautiful women of all different colors, shapes, and sizes. Uh, Panama is amazing. Colombia. Colombia is world class. Colombia has some of the most beautiful women on earth. And now, as far as now, my ladies are like, yo, what about us? And so, what do I hear when my women are traveling with me? Right? They're like, yo, they love what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring Renee out. I'm gonna bring Renee out, and I'm gonna be like, Renee, just keep it 100. And then, so where would you say are the best looking guys in the world? Now, other than from Chicago, no. So, but I'll do that. Like, because how many of you? Actually, that's another question before I go. Give me a number 3 right now if you know who Renee is. If you know who Renee is, give me a number 3, and then I'll ask another question. Carnival Crashes. Thank you. I see you became a new member as well. Um, man. What's that? Miss Carrington. I see you. Wambu says 3. Hottest. I'll make sure I tell her. I'll make sure I tell her. Yeah, is that the one with the curly hair? Yes, that's the one with the curly hair. So I'm definitely gonna do a YouTube live with her as well. Like she is one thing that people do not know about Renee is just really how smart and intelligent this woman is. You know, she's got her master's degree, um, just so well spoken, very articulate. She knows so much about a lot of different things. Don't tell her I told you. She makes multiple 6 figures a year. Like, oh, she is really one incredible individual. And there's a lot that people could learn because a lot of times they just get to see her be a pretty face in some of these passport heavy videos, but don't understand the depth of what she knows and what she does. And so that is, yeah, and she just recently did the Japan episode. Some of y'all were brutal on them comments, man. Just because like someone don't have my energy, it don't mean it's not the right energy. So, but we got another video that we're gonna co-do together in early 2019. Amani, I'll tell her, I'll give her that comment. You really look up to her. Christopher Adams, I see you a new member as well, man. Welcome, my brother. I like this, man. A lot of y'all look up to Renee, man. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send her a message right now. Like, I'm on live and like let her know these beautiful comments from a family. Renee. Hey Renee, I'm on YouTube Live right now, and then I was just talking about you, and then they just have so many nice things to say about you. Like, so Amani right here, she's like, I'm 22, I really look up to her. Consuming well, she's inspiring, love her IG. Bloomsfield, Renee's cool. I liked her Japan video. Right, so they got a lot of love for you. I told them we're gonna do a YouTube live soon, but they love you. But anyways, I'll talk to you later. So she'll enjoy that. And but let me go through some of these questions before I go. Like I said, 15. 2 questions. Would you ever do Africa trip? And as far as a black woman, where the best you can find? Mr. B. Yeah, man. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but I got literally 3 Africa trips coming up next month. So I'm going Nigeria, so there's gonna be a passport heavy Nigeria video, passport heavy Ghana video, and then in January I'm gonna do Tanzania, so a passport heavy Tanzania video. So yeah, you already know. Yeah, man. As a digital nomad, Playa. I mean, I lived in Playa. That was cool. Not my favorite place on earth, but that was cool. But I can't wait to see Mexico City. I'm really, really excited to see Mexico City. And then how do you get first class for cheap? In a short, like you have an alliance with an airline if you fly a lot with them, or you get the right credit cards. But there's a lot more detail that goes into it. But I'll do full YouTube lives where I do a whole lesson like I did here, and then share, in detail. Pat says, "Hey Pat, how do I become a member? I've known Pat for years. Thank you for the support." So there should be a join button. Look, Renee's like, tell him. Or I don't know if you can see it, but she just replied. She says, tell him I'm sending all love right back from Hong Kong." So she's sending the love right back. How is a language barrier in Kiev, Ukraine? So Kiev was actually pretty good. Like I was expecting like no one to speak English, and it was actually really, I shouldn't say really good. That'd be an over exaggeration, but a lot of people spoke English, and I didn't really have a problem. I've heard in other parts of Ukraine it's a lot more difficult, but in Kiev, like there was quite a few people who spoke English. You going to Nomad Summit 2018? I don't think so. I gotta check the schedules. When I went last time, I loved it. I had a good time at Nomad Summit, man. Shout out to Johnny and everyone over there. Is Facebook a good lead generation for Oh, all day. What's your name? Zachariah. Yes, Facebook is great. So I see a lot of you say you're trying to sign up for to show the support, but you can't do it. Some type of error is that you're saying it's affordable real estate. I think it is. She says I'm on my mobile. Don't worry about it. Like what I said, I'll update a link, and I think what we'll do is we'll do a thing for like a Patron or Patreon or whatever that stuff called, where you can do that. I want to make money right now. What should I do? You gotta get more specific, man. You know, you're talking about make money on, and there's so many different ways. Um, I'm gonna do a whole different. Maybe I'm gonna do a YouTube live on like top ways people make money as a digital nomad. I'll do a YouTube live about that. How about that? But how do I make money? I want to make money right now. What should I do? You gotta be more specific. Chris Nelly, you're the truth, and motivate me to get my travel game. Going to Berlin in April, man. Enjoy. How often do you travel alone? In a year, maybe a month in a year. But a lot of times I'm with my squad, and so I don't often travel alone. But when I was in my younger days, I traveled a lot alone, and I loved it. But that's why I like hostels so much. There's always people to hang out with. What's up with a trip you and Renee were doing where we can come? I still have something for you. Don't worry. There'll be more on that soon. But Pumpkinhead. I'm a mom traveling with two boys. Is there a lot of street ball in Thailand? Oh man, there's a little bit of it depends on where you go. Bali, there's a little bit. Thailand, you can find more. That's one of my biggest things. That's why I'm so excited to be back in America so I can hoop. Uh, Someone said, um, have you ever been to Aruba? No. How is your Spanish? Así, así. Mi español, más o menos, man. Hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué tal, man? No. But yeah, man. Mi nombre es Jubril. No. But yo necesito practicar mi español mucho. But yeah, see, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. But now my Spanish is like it's okay, but I'm definitely not fluent, and that's one of my biggest inspirations is to get better. Uh, how do I? That's right, Colombia. Top top spot for chocolate ones, please, sir. Do you mean women or what you mean? Maybe London. London has a lot of beautiful America. Um, I haven't. I'm going to Africa soon, so when I can see it with my own, I've been in Nigeria. A lot of beautiful people in Nigeria. Um, but I need to like see it from my own eyes. There's all these like perceptions, but for me, that's why when I tell you about these countries, I've seen it. Oh, Brazil. Brazil has a lot of beautiful, beautiful chocolate. Um, Panama. Man, there is so many questions. Michael, I see the green, so that means you're a member. What was your burning desire to solidify what you're doing now? And I know it's owning your time, but deep down, what captured your attention? Good question, man. Um, it's kind of a big question. So I mean, there's a few different things. So I mean, are you talking about my marketing companies, or are you talking about what inspired me to do Passport Heavy? Because what inspired me to do Passport Heavy was I wanted to show people what I was seeing. I wasn't seeing people. Yeah, I just wasn't seeing videos to visually represent and people telling stories the way I'd want to receive a story. And so I said, let me actually create this. And I don't know if you've been following my videos from like way back, but I've been doing videos for like 10 years. Passport Heavy is just a new channel. I've been doing Colombia videos, Panama videos, even way before, but I was like really ghetto quality. But when I came to Passport Heavy, I said, let me really step up this production level. But and there's also like another thing I thought. I make videos for all races, but also I was very motivated to make videos for Black travelers and to show people what it's like on the road. So that's a lot of my desire. And then also another big reason, probably one of the biggest reasons, I wanted to let people know that hey, you can continuously travel and work around the world. And so even though I don't really talk heavily in my videos about working, I do drop, like a nice little 1 minute segment or 30-minute segment in videos just to let people know it's not just like gallivanting around the world. Like I'm running an operation while I'm traveling. Um, Oh man. Last question was yo, James, peace, man. I'll read like I'm gonna end it here because it's kind of getting late, but says the Dominican Republic. How did you get your equipment back in South Africa? That's a story that will not be told on social media. um, what else is there? Where should I go to college? Um, I can't tell you that either, man. It depends on what you want to do. So, there's some careers that are meant for college, and then there's other careers that are not. So, it just really depends on what it is that you want to do, really. So, you want to be a doctor? Like, I mean, do the research of where the best doctors go, and then I'd reach out to doctors in your field, right, and find out. Hey, talk to them, reach out, be like, hey, I'm looking to make this decision. What do you recommend? So here's how I'll leave it, right? On if you're looking to get in specific industries and looking to do specific things, reach out to a lot of the top people in those industries, right? Reach out to people in those industries and say, but don't just say, can I pick your brain? That's one of the worst ways that you can, approach it. Let them know, what your situation is. And then maybe how you can add value to what it is that they're doing. Is there any way that I can help what you're doing? And then after you've shown some value, say, hey, I just have this question I want to ask. What's the top university and what are the top things I should know before going into that? Or maybe there's a profession that you want to go into. Maybe you want to be an influencer, right? Boom, try and reach out to some of the top influencers and, first ask, can I do something for you? Right? Because they have a lot of attention, their time is valuable. And then ask the questions that you want, right? Like some people don't think before you act. But that's kind of like the last thing that I would leave it. Yo, Christopher Adams, man, what's the question that you have? I'm gonna leave it to you last. I see that you remember and you're from my Shy City, so let me know. Um, uh, I'm actually gonna have some celebrities with me in Nigeria and Ghana. So someone's at Anthony, but well, do you have a question, Christopher? No, but with that, I mean, I apologize for all the questions I do miss. I mean, we've been going almost 2 hours, and then like I appreciate you for tuning in today. I love it. I appreciate your energy because I'm telling you, without your comments on the side, this would not be a thing. Like I would not be excited to do this. I'm like, I feel like I'm talking to myself. And so, if you're watching on replay, I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Make sure you tune in for the next live. Oh, that's my G, man. Okay, okay, that's my G. Um, yo, Minority Nomad. Um, do you know Minority Nomad? Yes, I've definitely heard of Minority Nomad. Definitely. So Jamaica, Jamaica, AB. Yo, I said I was leaving, but I don't know. That's one of the top places on my list. People, it's kind of like when I didn't go to Rio. People are always asking, "Yo, what's Jamaica like?" And I'm like, "I've never been to Jamaica. I've never been to Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica." So I've never been, but hopefully I'm gonna go soon. But anyways, man, I'm gonna shut it down. I appreciate everyone. Like I said, I'm gonna try and make these. Not even try. I will make all these super informative, but we'll have fun together. And yeah, man, I'll keep it 100 with y'all. But anyways, take care, man. Y'all have a beautiful evening. I hope you've enjoyed it, and take care. Now I figure out how to turn this shit off. Ah, there we go. Doo-doo-doo-doo.